I want to start the call with announcements or I'm sorry, with shout outs. And whoever you guys want to just shout out for time's purposes, let's put it on the chat and I'll shout them out just because we have a few people speaking tonight. And I really want to try to get through this call um, less than an hour, less than 40 minutes. So let's throw out any shout outs. We'll start with that. Then I want to make a really fun announcement. And then we've got some really amazing shares from your teammates. So let's see. First shout out, Janice working through enrolling on the app. So sweet. So as you guys know, through the ISOLife app, you can now, we've had this option for the past year, but it's new for a lot of people, is to enroll people via the app. And it can be intimidating at first, but once you learn it, it can make life a lot easier. I personally don't use it all the time, but it does work for a lot of people. So I love that. I love that, Janice. It's all about just stepping out of our comfort zone, and then we just become expert at it. Amy Ferentz is her husband, Dan, who we are going to have chime in and speak tonight for really stepping into the power stepping into his power with growing the business. Abby said she loves the app. Anna for getting the message about no interested in MLM and just handling it like a boss. Guys, we're just going to continue to get objections in this world, and it's a part of it. So kudos to you for Anna not being like, I'm just done with this because someone was rude. It's going to happen because you know what? At the end of the day, some people just don't get it, right? And it's not our job to convince. So I love that. I love how you handled it too. And you're like, okay, next, because that's what it's all about, is the power of saying next. Let's see. Claire said, I love seeing the Ferens team up and go for it. Heck yeah, it is such fun energy. I love seeing you guys do the lives. We tried to do our live last night. It sounds like Facebook is trying to sabotage all of us, but we did like a fast forward Minnie Mouse FaceTime. Apparently we sounded like robots on crack, which was kind of funny. But hey, I did it. I'm proud of myself because I don't like to do lives. So Amy and her husband got me out of my comfort zone. Okay, Sarah Nash said, Jess Scraggs and Kelly for both enrolling new people this week. Isn't IsoPulse amazing, you guys? Isn't it so cool just to see your team's activity and people that are just growing and duplicating? It is so much fun. So huge props to you guys. Kim Nay said, Stacy Baker for talking business with a prospect. Freaking awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Morgan said, Kel for doing the do consistently and watching her seeds she planted for the business grow. This business is about consistently planting seeds. They will start to sprout. I promise you guys. It is all about staying the course. So way to go, Kelsey. Kim Nay said, Melissa McDonald and Stacey Baker for doing their first West Coast call on Monday. Amazing, you guys. I love the initiative more than I can ever articulate of you guys just doing it. And I can just see it starting to expand and expand. And it's kind of like the Hack Your Holidays challenge, just stepping up to the plate. Melissa going for it, Kim Nace helping so much, Allie Wright, Elisa. And in turn, I feel like this has become one of the best challenges that we've had. So Melissa may want to share, but I'll speak on behalf of her. Right now is the time, guys, to be so engaged, and let's really keep this challenge and the momentum and the participation going. So let's just make sure this is the best one yet, and we will duplicate this. And that's the best part of it. We don't have to recreate the wheel. So phenomenal job, everybody. If I forgot to say Lisa, she's a big part of it too. I thought I did, but I just saw your cute little face and I was like, did I miss her? But I don't think I did because you gave me that. Okay, so Krista and Jenny. Okay, Stacy Matsuoka said Christy and Jenny booked their first event. They're doing a holiday sip and sample December 7th. Guys, the most intimidating piece is just putting a date on the calendar. Don't you guys agree? Like, I'm going to have people over and I'm just freaking going to pick this date it is probably the hardest part. It's almost as hard as it is just deciding you're going to go all in and do this business. It's like it's just committing. So massive props to you girls for doing it. And now you did it. You've already done it in my book. So way to go. I can't wait to hear how it goes. The Hack Your Holiday Engagement, Morgan said, love it. All the people, Sarah Nash, all the people are helping to run the holiday hack. Krista, Stacy said, Krista for authentically connecting, going out and being herself and making the coolest connections. Oh my gosh, that's what it's about. Amy Farron says, honestly, everyone, growth is contagious. I'm inspired every single day with everyone taking initiatives in their own business. So much going on right now. You guys, in general, I just feel what could potentially be for some teams one of the slowest months of enrollments because it's getting close to being December, the end of the year. It's about to be Thanksgiving. I feel our team just going like this. And it is so much fun. And I just want to say, keep at it. Finishing our year strong will only make the new year start stronger. So I'm just really proud. I'm really impressed by everyone rolling up their sleeves and just going full speed ahead and rooting each other on because that's what it's about. So my fun, Andrew and I have a really fun announcement, and it's kind of along the same lines of just keeping our energy and our momentum up. And you guys all know someone of the name Carol Elizabeth. Does everybody know her? Okay, everybody pretty much adores her, right? So Carol Elizabeth is, Andrea and I just really feel very aligned to her. We all just really jive well. I feel like our teams jive well. I don't know her team that well, but I know enough to know that we're all like just down to earth. We're ready to run. We're ready to roll up our sleeves. So what we're going to be doing is the first Monday of each month, we're going to have a call with Carol Elizabeth's team and our team where Carol Elizabeth's going to pour into you guys and we're going to pour into her team. So we're going to have just a big group, huge Zoom where Carol Elizabeth's going to share, I'm going to share, Andrea's going to share, and Renee's going to share. So our interest is just giving you guys new leaders that, in my opinion, can only help, but we're really specific on which leader because to me, Carol Elizabeth's the cream of the crop. She's the cream of the freaking crop. So is that exciting for you guys? Are you guys pumped for that? Yeah? Because I really am, and it's going to start the very first Monday of December. So whatever, let's see. I'm going to put it on the counter. So December 2nd, and it's going to be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we decided to just change it up. We're going to continue our Wealth Wednesdays. I'm going to do a vote. We probably, the first week where we have every Monday have Carol Elizabeth, our team call with Carol Elizabeth. I don't think we're going to do the Wednesday call also because, you know, we have lives. So we're going to continue our Wednesday call weekly after that first week. Makes sense? Everyone in? Everyone excited? Nice! I'm so pumped. Andrea's so pumped. It's just something different, and it's about collaborating and seeing what other teams are doing and running together. It is always a good idea to correspond and collaborate with other people outside of just our team. Although we are the best of the best, I have to admit it. I say it every time. It's true. It's always good to you know, interact with other people too. So, okay, without further ado, I want to jump into some shares that we have, and I want to start with I missed. I'm like, ugh. I'm not was doing anything to you guys. I'm like, sorry. I'm like cracking myself up. But it was like I was like upset with someone. Like, I have to say a big shout out to two people, actually three people. One is Morgan Schaaf, who flew from New Hampshire to Atlanta and got up there and had her very first debut, not on a panel, because she's been on several panels now on stage, but owned it up there solo, killing the pencil pitch in Atlanta. And literally hearing her on stage, I was like, this chick has like been doing this since she was out of the womb. She was so confident, even though she's like, I messed up. No one would have known it. I didn't know it. She rocked it. And guys, you know, it's just like, Morgan will tell you it was scary. She never imagined she would be doing something like that. but she just wants this so bad, and she's pushing herself out of her comfort zone. And she's just said, I made an agreement with myself. I was going to go to a lot of Super Saturdays and a lot of events and stretch myself and grow myself. And she's doing it. So I want to give Morgan a massive shout out. I want to give another massive shout out to Elisa Paulus. Elisa drove within 48 hours from Cincinnati to Atlanta. And you guys, like, we need to give Elisa, like, I say this to a lot of you, but Elisa, you are going to be, just like I can see Morgan, just like I can see like a handful of you on stage at NYK or Celebration. Because up there, you know, she owned the panel. Who was there? And just like, hands down, Elisa owned that product panel. I mean, talking about her favorite products and why. Okay, we love how she talks nerdy to us, right? It was like, I don't know how you can talk nerdy and manage to be witty, but Elisa finds a way. She pulled in her financial story. It was like the perfect marriage of like, it was so hilarious, guys. I mean, like, she educates, she makes us all crack up all throughout. And she's like, she's relatable. And in my opinion, that's a freaking skill right there. So I am just really, really proud of you, Lisa. We all are. You were beautiful. Like, just a confidence I have not seen you have. You just owned it. So Morgan and Elisa, really, really, really big shout out. And of course, lastly to Andrea, who we did a presentation together, and she just owned it. And she's so good at talking mindset. She's so good at talking vision. And just, I can just see people lighting up when they hear her speak. And it's just always an honor to be by your side and doing things like this. And in general, the people that came to Atlanta, the people that live in Atlanta that were there, it's just always a pleasure. You know, it's like these events, guys, you know, whether or not you live in Atlanta, it doesn't flipping matter. You know, it was just me and Andrea at one point. Okay, we didn't have a team in Atlanta. Make this a challenge to yourself. You're going to grow your local team, because you will, you guys. So find that one person, get them to events, and then start envisioning, put that on your vision board, your team expanding, because it will, okay? It is such a gift to be able to go to these events. And I said to my husband, I just said, I genuinely love my team. And I said this to Courtney Hirsch today. I said, I love them like the dearest friends. I just you guys are like my family. And, you know, like, friends that I would want. You know, it's not like we got lucky, right? And going to these events, just minus the awkward passing of the mic, and when Amanda stepped in my space, geez. Yeah, we had one mic that we had to share between Andrea and I, and we did our presentation together. So we were like, here, Barb, it's your turn. Like, we were just like, and of course I love to make everything awkward. So we had fun, and I just want to applaud all of you that went, and especially those that spoke. So without further ado, I know we have 3 people that went to Super Saturday. I know more than that of you guys went, but 3 people said, I would love to share a couple takeaways. So Camille, could we start with you, and just maybe a couple minutes of anything you'd want to share? If you want, you can unmute yourself. Hopefully that'll work.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All righty. How are y'all doing?
So good.
So my biggest takeaway was Morgan Schaaf telling me that she thought I was taller than I really am. I'm kidding. That's not the biggest takeaway.
I love it.
But she didn't tell me that.
That's hilarious.
No, but seriously, my biggest takeaway had to be when Andrea was talking about casting a vision and connect within. I'm going to look at my notes. I think he said like connect within, or connect in so you can connect out. And that's a huge thing for me, because I do let my head, like I allow myself to get inside of my head and think of the why nots, and then trying to shift from why not, or make my why nots the whys. But I am someone who does start to doubt myself. And when I take the time to connect within myself, I see I'm capable. So sometimes I look back, or when I doubt myself, I look back to all the things I have accomplished. Like, and this is not to boast, it kind of is to boast, but it is to boast. Like, I know I'm a great teacher. I know I'm an amazing grade chair. Andrea told me today I'm the best work wife ever. and then I'm also like I lead my college's alumni council. So I know the capability is there, but I'll allow the doubts to creep in. So I think the little things that Andrea suggested, like waking up, don't go to Facebook first, don't scroll through my phone first. For me, meditating with the Bible is going to be a huge thing. Waking up before the rest of the house just so I can get my frame of mind right. So all of that really, really hit home. And it made me really reflect on everything that I have done. And there's no reason why I'm not capable of doing this too.
Oh, yeah.
And not to attach the outcome to like the connections I make with folks. So that was really the big thing
I love that.
I took home. So yeah.
That's so awesome, Camille. And like Morgan just screamed over chat, you did all those things. So those things that you just said, they're remarkable. You accomplished those amazing things. So that's what you for sure you have to look back and be like, shoot, if I've done that, hell yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
And we all know you can. So I think that's an amazing just epiphany and awareness. And I love that. Like Andrea said, it's all about connecting inward so you can really connect outward and detaching yourself from the outcome. Who cares? You know, we're gonna hope for the best and we're gonna be positive, but we're not gonna be attached to what happens, right?
Yep.
I love that. Thank you so much for those shares. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
You are beyond capable. Everyone's rooting you on. So I can't wait to see what's next. So I know that Abby and Claire wanted to share as well. So would one of you ladies want to go? Which one wants to go? You guys, whoever wants to raise their hand and unmute yourselves, go ahead. Abby, do you want to go?
Yeah. Claire, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Claire.
Okay, are you sure?
Yep.
I don't mind waiting. Okay, my thoughts are like all over the place. I made some notes, but like I'm sitting here seeing so many of your faces that I know and just saw in real life this Super Saturday, and just the momentum and the gratefulness I feel for you and this team is just so high. And I want to like challenge you to say, like, are you talking to your people about this team? Like, this team is amazing. And when you are wanting to have people come into your life and come into your business, you have to show them exactly what you're experiencing. I think so often we get caught up in our heads about what's the right thing to say, or is so-and-so on my list, or how many times have I, touched back with them and whatnot. To like just stop thinking those things and just talk to your people about you. And this is about connecting this to Super Saturday is something that I heard across the board is just about how grateful everyone is for Isagenix and when it came into their life and how it's brought them to where they are now. People from a health standpoint, from a financial standpoint, from a community standpoint. And guys, we cannot lose sight of how grateful we are. We've chosen to do this. We've chosen this team and to stick around, and we've got to talk to our people about why we've done that. And something that stuck out to me at Super Saturday was, and I can't remember who shared this, but it was kind of this recipe for success in terms of a product user and growing them and into their experience with Isagenix and with the team. And 4 things that you want to make sure that you are giving to this person. Number 1, a system, which we have so beautifully bundled already. Isagenix has done for us. A community, right? Invite them into your team. Adding them to the Ramp Effect page, to me, is not enough. Like, you've got to be there and be their cheerleader and loop them in with someone else you think they might connect with on this team. Like, there are so many different personalities and walks of life here. Like, you've got to champion them in that way. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I have those people that have slid into my business that it's just been a busy time for me or whatnot, and I've not been able to do all of this for them. And this was a great reminder. So a system, a community, an open mind. We know like a lot of people come to us and they want to be open-minded and they see that we are, but they aren't there yet. And so we have to help guide and coach them. And then accountability, and not just get them started and, you know,
Peace out.
set them sail after 30 days. Like they have chosen this because of us more than likely. And we can give them that success, just like the person in this team that has done that for us. So that was just a really good kind of framework for me that I wanted to pass on.
I love it.
And thank y'all, everyone who spoke at Super Saturday and came, and just, I mean, this team just feels more like a team more than ever. And it just, the momentum is real and it feels good.
It is so real. And I love that, Claire. And, you know, a lot of you got to hear the Thursday start call that Allie Wright, Morgan, and Claire did, and some of you didn't. These girls rocked it. And this was Claire's first time speaking on the start call. And it's pretty safe to say she owned it like a boss. Like, got off the script, really started to speak into like the millennial, and I can't even articulate, I will not be able to do it justice, how she just like described why this is perfect for the everyday millennial. If you guys, I know it's on Residual Rockstars, it's a recording. I will be sending this recording to all of the start prospects that I end up coming across if they want my old ass to recruit them. Just kidding. But it's not quite my avatar, but I'm pretty open. You know, I won't, you know, I'm open to it. But I mean, seriously, Morgan, get off my lawn. So for those that don't know, okay, you know, if you're new, Elisa, raise your hand. Elisa's like our jokester in the best way. Like, she's hilarious. So, you know, it's called Start Your Life, 18 to 35. Well, she's coined the term beyond when you're 36 and over. We call it the get off my lawn movement. We're just the old people like, get off my lawn. I literally think it's like the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, I was telling my husband about it, and he's like, okay, it's not that funny. I'm like, it is funny. It's freaking funny. So, but all that to say, Claire, you are meant, just like Allie, just like Morgan, just like Kim, just like so many of you who have spoken to these start calls. Hearing from you, Claire, I'm like, she needs to do more of that. You need to do more of that. And I know it's something that we talked about. But like, how did that open you up? Because I just see, you know, you see life come into people, and it's something that I'm hyper aware of, is really just seeing where you guys light up. And Claire, I just see the teacher in you, and just, it's just a natural, like, people are drawn to you. So like, I want to start seeing you speak at Super Saturdays. I'm about to message you about the get calls for December, so get ready. But can you speak to that and just kind of like
no,
what
I
it's,
mean,
yeah.
I'm really flattered. Thank you, first of all. But like, I'm no different. Like, we all have these thoughts in our head, right? Like, why we keep showing up and why we keep doing this and why does this fit into our lives? And I think really Morgan and Allie kind of sought me out and asked me to speak on a call. Well, guys, that made me feel really good, first of all. So when somebody else acknowledges that they, you know, even if they just possibly needed a slot to fill for the call, whatever the intention behind it, you know, could have been, that made me feel really good. And it allowed me to really reflect on why I'm doing this and why I continue to do this. And so just being asked, honestly, I'm a 2. I'm an Enneagram 2. So like, I'm a people person. I'm a relationship person. So just kind of being seen in that way, and really just, that did it for me. Really.
I love it.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is, guys, if you want to start speaking up, raise your hand, because it was something really powerful for me. 5 years ago when Renee said, it's your turn, you guys know, and I was so nervous. It made me wake up. I awoke. And it's just amazing what happens when you start to use your voice. So, think about that as you guys are growing your teams. Think about that for your own growth. If that's something you want and you want to start speaking up, then push yourself to start saying, I'd love to speak on a call and here's what I want to share. Look at that as I want to start taking more action so I feel like I have something to share. Even if it's like, I got a hell of a lot of no's this week, but guess what? I pivoted, I learned from it. And here's what I want to share. I came out alive. That's something to speak about. It doesn't need to be, well, I hit Crystal Manager in 2 days and now I'm Crystal Executive in 3 weeks. Ask me how. It doesn't need to be that to speak. You know what I mean? It can be about anything. So if it makes you uncomfortable, it's always a good idea. It's always a good idea. So Amanda is woke. Woke. So no, I love that. I love that, Claire. Is there anything else that you want to just share or with everybody?
I don't think so. I just think you guys are awesome. That's it.
Love it. We love you. We love you. I love this, guys. Abby, we would love to hear from you, sweetie. It was so good to see you on Saturday.
Unmute. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I feel like I have so many things to say and I don't have notes, and Claire had notes and I'm not organized and scatterbrained as usual. All the things that everybody has said, absolutely. I could voice my takeaways on everyone's comments because there's been so much. It's been 20 minutes and everyone has had so many wonderful things to say. Saturday, I came away with feeling like it was my first Super Saturday. And I was like, I kind of want to go because I want to see everyone, but I want to support Andrea and Amanda, but I kind of, want to see my family, but okay, I'm going to go. Right, it's 15 minutes down the road. Everyone talks about how events are so important. It was a great day. It was like a really simple day. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't like, it's not like going to Celebration. It's not like going to NYKO. I've only been to one of each of those, but it's not like a fancy thing. It's down the road. It's in Marietta, 15 minutes down the road for me. I didn't have to drive like Elisa. I didn't have to fly like Morgan. It's no big deal. I have no excuse not to go. So I get there and I'm so glad. Like every minute that I was there, I was so grateful for seeing our team, everyone that was there, for being able to support Andrea and Amanda. And you both did an amazing job and were so natural. And when I was thinking about it afterwards, like people talking about how events are so important. And my first event was NYKO. And I remember, Amanda, you were saying to me, oh, are you going to NYKO? And I'm like, what's the NYKO? What are you talking about? And I came away and Andrea was like, well, you're going to know if you want to, like, if you're in, you'll know after this. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally in. Still don't even know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'm in. Celebration wasn't even that long ago when I came away, like we were all on fire. And Super Saturday on Saturday was totally different. It was still like igniting in the same way that previous events had, but this is so different because the stage is right there. You get to really connect with the presenters in a different way and talk to them after the fact and get to know them. And for me, that made the takeaway much more personal, much different. When you're at Celebration and you're crying because you're getting all this, it's pouring into you, when you're in the back corner, but it's different. It's different when you're so close to someone and then you get to talk to them after the fact. And collecting the stories was really big for me. I've already been able to use those stories. This week, you guys, I came out of Super Saturday. Sunday, I was messaging people like crazy. Like all of a sudden, I couldn't stop thinking of people that I could help. I couldn't stop thinking of people that I wanted to reach out to. When you get stuck and you're like, I don't know who else to talk to. And you've got your list of 8 million people. Or maybe you don't, but I have a list of like a ton of people, but even on some days I'm like, I don't know who else to talk to today. I can't do 2 by 2 by 2. I can't do 3 by 3 by 3. I was messaging people like crazy. This week, I am halfway through. It's Wednesday. I have had 5 meetings. I have 4 more this week. I have had 1 enrollment this week. I haven't had any enrollments in a long time. And I told everybody, I was totally upfront about the entire right side of my business fell apart, and I had somebody return 115 BV today. So I was like, no, game on. I have come this far. I've taken all the no's and I've returned them into maybes. Everybody that I've met with so far this week has been like, yeah, that sounds great. I know. What did I mean? I had 5 meetings this week so far. One I enrolled today. The other 4, they may not have enrolled this week, but I know they will all enroll. I know it.
Mm-hmm.
And having the confidence, having the confidence to just go in and talk with people and not question myself. It's been a long road, and there've been a lot of no's, and there've been a lot of flubs along the way, but none of them were bad. I mean, it was all led me to now, and just being confident enough to put myself out there time after time. And today, one of the meetings I had was somebody that I hadn't spoken to this woman since her wedding 10 years ago. And we got on the phone. It's like it's like it was yesterday, right? It was such a great, I said, I don't even care. Like, Donna, it's great just to talk to you. I said, part of the conversation was about business, but most of it was about community, because when I reached out to her about product and business, her reply was, I don't know what you're doing, but I don't know where you learned all this. Like, where did you even learn how to be this amazing marketer? And like, that's what I want people to take away. Like, I'm putting everything out there and I'm so authentic. I'm so just me. It may be awkward. I might mess it up. I might have to apologize for being weird. I don't know. But what I really have learned so much from Andrea, so much from Amanda, so much from, a lot of times I'm listening to the calls and I'm having to listen over my life, like the kids and everything. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to learn, but I'm just consistently, as much as I can, like, listen, plug in, focus, pay attention, keep focusing on what I'm doing. And my confidence, like today, honestly, my biggest confidence boost today was I went into a meeting with someone who I kind of know. She's a mom friend that I know that I enrolled today, who she has, I don't even know exactly what she does, but she's like, she was a nurse practitioner. Now she's like a pharma rep. She knows her shit. And she knows, like, I'm going in talking about adaptogens, and she's like, oh yeah, we had somebody come into the office the other day talking about like, I can hold my own in a conversation with somebody who really knows what they're talking about because of the amazing training that I've been, I'm just listening. I'm not pretending to know something that I don't know, but I know enough to hold my own in a conversation with somebody where she trusts me. She understands what I'm talking about. She believes that what I'm saying is authentic. And here I have here's the website. I can back it up. Like, here's the information.
Totally.
And that was another takeaway from the Super Saturday, was like, I'm listening to everyone. I understand what they're talking about. Like, I still have a lot to learn, and I'm, so open to learn more and more and more. But being at this point, not even like a full year into this business, but like, if at this point I can go in and feel this confident and like, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. It feels so amazing. And it is all grace to the amazing training that we are getting. And it's like, it's free. We don't have to go out and find this anyplace else. We have this amazing team that, I'm talking, sorry.
No, it's good. I love it. It's so true though.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I love that, Abby. And I love the whole, like, I didn't get this far to get this far. And, kudos to you for, you know, and I love what Claire said. I admire how you've made this business. You know, you can't build this business wrong, you guys. No one can, as long as you are exactly who you are. And to be honest, there's not that much to learn. It really isn't. Do you know how to talk to people? Do you know how to ask questions? Do you know how to use Google? Do you know how to introduce someone that is a little bit more knowledgeable? Do you know how to talk about what you're passionate about? All you need to do is say why you love this and why you love your community and why these products are helping you. All you need to do is talk about how it was before you started and how you felt and how you've changed physically as a result and or financially. So at the end of the day, guys, that's it. You know, and we've got these amazing calls that not any other teams have. We've got this amazing trainings that people would pay thousands and thousands for what we get. And let's like run with that. And let's be excited. And that's what I love about these trainings and these Super Saturdays is, like Abby said, it just gives you even more ammunition and momentum to want to reach out to everybody you love. And like when you hear that, like Abby talking like that, that's what I love about our team, is because we're not trying to get people. At the end of the day, we're trying to invite people we love into our expanding community. And that in and of itself is why I believe we will be the biggest and best team, and we already are the best, because we all have that humility and we have that compassion and passion for people. So I think it's a beautiful share, Abby. And you are awesome, and you are you, and you shouldn't be anybody but yourself, and you're doing this thing, and we love you. So thank you for sharing that. I have to say, Krista said, I met with a friend today too that I haven't seen in 7 years. She's going to try some bone broth with me. Didn't even plan to bring it up. The power of just connecting and talking to someone, guys, it's bound to come up. The tools are amazing. And you're right, Camille, belief is so important. So I want to thank you guys so much for sharing. And I want to have our last person share that we all, this whole team, is really impressed by and really proud of. And it's the dude on this call right now, Dan the Man. I wanted to like cuss, Dan the Man, because it is so cool to see testosterone, to see a guy comfortable with all of us females and just owning it and being powerful and like being excited. And Dan, we see you. It's amazing the energy you're bringing with you and Amy together as a power couple. We're going to have Dan on one of our global exec calls the second week of December on a Friday to talk comp plan, not necessarily comp plan, but a twist on it with Andrea. So, you know, it's a long overdue time for Dan to share, but especially tonight, you know, it's kind of, Dan, we just want to share what's on your heart. But the biggest thing is like things clearly shifted with you to where I think we all have seen you lean into this business and it just, I don't think it came out of nowhere. I think you've always been just, this is my outsiders. I'll probably shut up and let you tell your story in a second, but it's just really cool. And so I want to hear just a minute about that. And then I want to hear you and Amy are inviting people over, you're talking business. I just want you to kind of share how you're doing that. So are you unmuted?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. So applause to you for just like doing this thing and being excited, and it's contagious. And you are received from this team, and we're looking forward to more testosterone and more husbands leaning into this business. So like share what's on your heart.
My big thing, I mean, man, I've been around Isagenix obviously for about 2 years. When Amy and I both started, mainly just nutrition. Amy obviously took off from a very early date on her business and became very successful very fast.
Yep.
And obviously I saw that the whole time. I saw the way she was doing it. We were always talking Isagenix, the business. I was giving my 2 cents and all that as if I had my own business going on, but at the time I didn't, because I just couldn't find it in myself for whatever reason to go for it. And honestly, the biggest shift for me, obviously I see her success, I see all your guys' successes and everything, and I went to Celebration. I've been to a Super Saturday prior to that, and like obviously that fueled fire. That kind of sparked a pilot light, I should say. And then when I got to Celebration, it was on, it was full flame, full bore ahead. When I first started, so when I said I wanted to go full business, when I first started, I was like, I felt like I should know everything I need to know. I've been around this. I've watched your guys' calls, and I should be ready to go. And that was my biggest mistake from the beginning. I've been obviously going full bore in the business for the last like 2 months or so. And my big thing was I was unaware of what I didn't know. And I thought I knew things. I thought I know the tools. I know the resources. There's so much available. And I didn't really know how to use them because I've seen Amy use them. But I haven't used them myself. And then honestly, that was a huge roadblock in the beginning. I want to say the first like 16 people I talked to that I was like, they're definitely going to do it with me. I'm full bore, like do it with me. And that there was like, no, like a hard no, like not happening. What am I doing wrong? Like, and I was like, so I had to self-reflect. Andrea talks a lot about like self-development and really working on yourself. And honestly, that I was like, what can I do? I drive a lot for my job, so I was like, I listen to talk radio, listen to radio all the time. Like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do something for myself and see where it goes. There's a podcast out there by Chris Harder, who also has Isagenix background, but he has his nose kind of in a lot of different businesses. It's called For the Love of Money, and it's a lot of big money, big time, big talk. It's not completely relatable to a lot of us, but as far as its business aspect and building a team and holding a team and really using your resources, like I've learned a lot from that. And I personally took a lot from his conversations on that. He talks about something that that the most successful business builders jump off a cliff and build their parachute on the way down. And I was like, what the hell does he mean by that? Like, that sounds stupid. Like, I'd rather have a built parachute and go. But then he really talked to it, and he like broke into it. And he talks about how you had the framework and you have all the tools to be successful, and you just go for it, and you jump off the cliff, you go for it, and you find what works for you. Makes success non-negotiable, right? Like, I gotta build this parachute. It's gonna happen, right? So my big thing is Isagenix has so many tools and resources, and there's so many of them because not every one of them is meant for each one of us, right? So like my biggest thing I learned is like there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work for me that may work for you, Amanda, really well, all right? So like I learned like what videos work well for me and what works well. So I had to really talk to myself and I get myself not stuck on perfection, right? And he says something else that's action creates clarity and action creates feedback. So the only way you're going to know what you're doing wrong or what you can do better is by doing it to begin with. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it.
Say that again.
Action creates clarity and action creates feedback.
Man, that's so good.
And that was like my big thing. Like we went through a boom, like talking like with our smaller team with Morgan, Kelsey, and everyone. We were just talking like, what can we all do? And we started like with a framework that like, let's just start having events like crazy. Let's just do stuff and like, let's just see where it goes. So like just figuring out what works for you, right? Adjusting on the fly and just going for it. For me, like I saw it as what's the most ideal situation for me right now to be as confident, as comfortable as I can talking to somebody when I'm still learning myself about the product and really come off as confident and have them trust everything I'm saying is the right thing for them. And I was like, my house, like where I'm comfortable every day, like I can just be me. I don't have to worry about it. I'm not worried about people watching in, listening in, like me saying the wrong thing or whatever. Just be myself. And it's amazing because you just invite people over and hydrate and tequila, make some amazing margaritas. So, like get them talking, like just
get them liquored up.
yeah, learn about them, like, right? See, like, learn like what their goals are, right? Like, we had people, like, couple over, an older couple actually, over. Don't tell them I said this when they join my team in the next couple of days, but like, they are the nicest people in the world. And I was like sucked in a conversation with them, and Amy's like, "So, what are your ideal goals?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about." So like,
That's why you're a power couple.
being a team is honestly is huge, and like it's done wonders for me. And um, I'm super pumped to be here. I'm super pumped to go to NYKO celebration forever, and just keep making it happen. But yeah, so that's really my shift was honestly self-development.
That's so cool. That is freaking awesome, Dan. It's obvious that you're pouring yourself into self-development. I mean, I think anyone on this team can just tell that, and you too, Amy. You know, it's nothing is cooler than seeing someone just start to get it and lean into this business. And beyond that, it's just seeing the confidence follow. And you know, it's almost like a healthy level of obsession you get with just fueling your mind and your heart with things that are going to make you feel better about you, you know, and it's contagious. So keep doing what you're doing. You guys are going to continue to climb the ranks. You're going to continue to attract positive, amazing people because you're just doing it and you guys are being positive. And you know, Dan, I love to have you a part of our team, and it's just really fun, and I can't wait to see the other husbands and men and people that join you because of your energy. So I love that. Everyone is like dying over this on our chat here. I love that. Everyone's like, love you too. Abby says, you know, self-development exudes confidence and others feed off of it. That is so damn true. So I think that is a heck of a share. I think this is a heck of a way to end our call. And I want to say to each and every one of you, if you have not purchased a ticket to NYKO, but you are at a point where you're like, I think I need to go. I think I need to go, but I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know. Then reach out to your sponsor or me or Andrea, and we will get you there. And we will make you feel beyond welcome. Because I'm going to tell you right now, sorry, I'm not getting emotional. Man, it's like I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. Going to these events, it's critical. And it does something that you can't even explain. And I feel like more than ever, you know, we're right in mid-November. January is right around the corner. And just the energy I'm feeling from you guys right now, it's going to be so fun to see you all in just 2 months. And I want to just encourage everybody here to keep doing the do. Push hard through this end of the year. Let's lock arms like we've never locked arms. Let's root each other on. Let's get vulnerable. And let's just push ourselves outside our comfort zones. So you guys are phenomenal. This was a great call. I want to thank you, Dan, for sharing. Amy, for you guys just working together so well. Claire, for pouring your heart out in the start call and doing such a great job and just realizing you have such gifts. Abby, for you just being you, unapologetically you. And just going for it and knowing that when your business isn't where you want it to be, letting it fuel you. That is pimp. That is so what this is about. Okay, not really happy with where I am. Guess what I'm going to do? Freaking work. Right? Like, I loved it. Camille, hearing your takeaways on everything you've accomplished so far and why there's no reason why you can't be a massive success in slamming your goals with Isagenix, right? Did I forget somebody? I don't think I did. Well, shit. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that. No. So I love you guys. This has been a great call. Thank you for the shares, and get excited for our calls every Monday, the first Monday of the month at 8:30 p.m. with Carol Elizabeth. We're going to bring some heat. And let's continue to end the year strong, and let's like just make this Hack Your Holiday Challenge beyond amazing. So keep up the engagement. Mwah! I love you guys so much. See ya.